Hey, Roadie Shorts people, I am back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. We're continuing the women in touring segment of Roadie Shorts this week with Ollie Frye, a lighting technician. She also does wardrobe. She's very active in photography and other things, as you'll find out. So without further ado, let's go talk to Ollie. Nice to meet you.
So, yeah, nice to meet you too, Pete. Thanks for your flexibility.
Yeah, no problem, of course. Is that actually in your room?
Yeah.
That's cool. Look, it's changing. It's got hearts and stuff now.
So I can make it whatever you want.
Wow.
It's, this little curtain I got, it's called a Govee.
Yeah.
And I installed it temporarily just in the doorway here in the basement.
Okay.
The basement's kind of like my playground because it's not furnished. It's not finished.
Yeah.
So it becomes storage, but also a place where I do lighting geeky stuff like this. And
what's your position on tour usually?
I'm just a lighting tech.
Well, this makes perfect sense then for your background.
Oh yeah, right. Like, but there's like
I like it.
Their pattern. So you can like link these together.
This is gonna be the best looking Roadie Shorts ever.
What?
With the backgrounds. I mean, I just got like a mess behind me. I got a mess of drums and stuff behind me.
Hey, I got drum sets behind there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do you play drums?
Well, if I light it up, you can't see the mess. My daughter does. Yeah, she's been playing all through junior high.
Awesome.
And she plays with county.
Okay.
She's the only female.
Yeah.
Percussionist in the county.
That's great.
All county band. So
hey, listen. So how did you? What's your background like? How did you even get into touring? Were you always touring as a lighting tech?
No.
What'd you start?
I had my kids early and got married young. And at the time, I was actually throwing raves in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I had a production company called Mirage with my then, at the time, boyfriend. And we had events at the Tabernacle.
Okay.
So I was living in Atlanta, and then we had split up, and during that time I had met my now ex-husband, but we found out we were having Kingston when I was 23. So I shifted my focus. Obviously, I was in school for photography. I remember clear as day, we were sitting in class and we just got out of the darkroom, processing our film, and the teacher comes in, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I've got this new thing," and they're bringing in computers and these big floppy disks. And
Yeah.
This is Photoshop. And we're all just like, like, this is crazy. And I have my projects from like when we first did we'd go in the studio and play with, lighting, and we take pictures, and then we put them, this big thing, and we're putting it into the computer, and it does the stuff that we do in the dark room.
Yeah.
And, but I still have a love for authentic, point and shoot, just like doing my own aperture f-stop. So that's where lighting has come into my life. It's always kind of been so. And theater has always been in my life too. I grew up in theater.
Where are you from?
I'm from Belmont, North Carolina, which is a suburb of Charlotte.
Okay. All right. Have you lived there most of your life, or all of your life, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The whole life, and the 5 generations before me. So.
Right. Wow. Okay. So you're from North Carolina, and you did all sorts of theater. A lot of, what's that? You're what?
I'm a grit.
A grit.
A grit.
Okay.
Girl raised in the South. Yeah.
I haven't heard that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I learn something new on these every time. So what year did you make a transition into like going back on the road once your kids were grown, or?
Yeah. So once I found out, Kingston was in the oven, I was like, okay, I don't know anything about kids, and this is freaking me out. And I was going to school for the arts, and so I switched my whole major and got my degree in early childhood psychology and development.
Okay.
And I was a teacher for 10 years.
Wow.
So yeah, I
Were you doing any kind of lighting on the side, like locally?
Photography.
Photography. Okay.
I've always done photography. It's always like my second, third arm. My icon.
So you were doing that during the time you were going to school, and
like I'd take pictures of like the kids at school, do like their little yearly stuff, and
right, sure.
I actually had a project, and I taught 3-year-olds, and I like to say that we're all just tall 3-year-olds.
Yeah, at times, yeah.
We all wanted a nap and our snack.
Yep.
And we get cranky, especially on tour.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
Fun. So, but yeah, once the kids got grown and parents started questioning discipline in the school system. Yeah. You told my child no. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And you're only getting paid, 15 an hour or something, with a degree.
Yeah.
But, I kind of grew out of that and wanted to get back into, what I was doing before I became a mom.
Sure.
So ironically, I went back to school for massage therapy.
Yep.
And while I was doing that, it just so happened someone needed a massage at PNC, and I went out there to do that. That's how that connection.
PNC is what, for people that don't know?
It's an outdoor amphitheater.
Okay.
One of the sheds that people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went out there and gave massage to some of the crew.
Yep.
And when I was there, I ran into an old friend who's doing catering for that event.
Yeah.
And I just was like, hey, you need help? I'm just trying to transition into a new career. And they're like, yeah, we actually need help next weekend. You want to come and be a runner?
Okay.
So I did that for, probably like 3 years, two years solid, being catering and then transitioning to production runner.
Right. So you've had quite a few roles then. You said you were doing stagehand stuff too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the old heads in our local was like, Ollie, I've been watching you bust your ass for,
right.
I don't know how much they're paying you to do, but you should come work with us and you'll make a little more. And I was like, okay. And so, I started dabbling into the different departments, and obviously lighting was kind of already my thing. So and I just kept working hard and just manifesting, just keep moving forward and growing. And my dad always said, if you're going to do something, do it right, or don't do it at all.
Don't do it at all. Yeah.
But he never told me, if you don't want to do something, suck at it. Anymore. Now I'm starting to see.
Yeah, they never say that part. Yeah,
got it.
That's right.
So it was, during COVID, a lot of people unfortunately had to switch careers out of touring,
right?
Out of our industry because it was shut down. And, we were gig workers or whatnot.
Yep.
So that opened a lot of doors, I think, opportunities for people.
Yep.
And I just, kept asking and kept putting myself out there. And
so what year was your first tour, actually getting out there on tour? What was
actually, it was last year, and it was Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Okay. Yeah, like only the largest production on tour.
Yeah. But are you having a good time? Do you like it out there?
I love it.
Are you seeing anything out there that's, you said you haven't been out there that long, but have you seen anything change for the better or worse since you've been out there?
I've never identified, like, I know I'm a female and I've had children. I know how that works.
Sure.
But, majority of my friends growing up were always guys. And if they were female, they were, doing something in the arts or something like that, not cheerleading or anything.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So I've never really, when we say female, male, I don't put myself in a category. I just go to work, and if we start to just look at people for who they are
as people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I do think that it comes with the generational setback, though. I think that the old heads, are used to it being a certain way.
Yep.
And they want their respect for that, and it's certainly given.
Yep.
But there's also that give and take where it's like, okay, well, what respect are you going to give to me?
Right.
And
it should go both ways. Yeah.
Right. And
Absolutely.
I've been disrespected multiple times. For being green, although I'm not green, I am, touring is new for
you, sure.
But I catch on really quick to things. I've always been like that. And I'll tell you when I don't know something. But when I do, I would like to be left to do it.
Right.
And,
that's respectful. Yeah, absolutely.
And respected in front of people for it, not ridiculed. And I've had that situation. And in touring I've noticed a lot of people who are just miserable.
Right.
They're going to do whatever it takes to take you down with them.
Yeah.
Even if you're on their crew or not. And that I'd like to see not tolerated.
Do you have a favorite thing about touring? About being out there when you're out there?
Wow. Yeah, I love the leadership. I love to learn and to teach. So
you love that part of it, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
What
and
about
the fact that I don't have to drive, I love that.
There you go.
I love driving. So
there you go.
When I come home, I actually enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Is there anything you don't like about it?
Well, yeah, we already kind of talked about a little bit, just like the politics sometimes get.
Sure. What's your day-to-day like on tour? When you get up,
lighting?
Yeah.
In lighting?
Yeah.
We're always the first in and the last out.
Gotcha.
Always.
Yeah.
And it just depends on the tour. Like I'm about to go out with Bocelli for my fourth time.
Wow. Great.
I did 2 last year, and this will be my fourth time this year.
Nice.
And that crew is family. And so I guess I compare a lot of my other experiences with what I get when I tour with Bocelli, because it's so dear to my heart. I feel so blessed to have
that's awesome.
The opportunity to work with that and the production. And
so it's unload the trucks, wait for the chains to go up, and all that.
Oh yeah, and it's usually just a lot of rigging, and we're always in everybody's way. But I'm like, you don't want to make us mad. You won't be able to see anything the rest of the day.
So what's your one piece of advice to someone coming up? A young girl that might want to get into the business and tour, or just do lighting in theaters or whatever. What's your piece of advice?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just trying to be myself. I've had a few moments where
that's a good piece of advice, right there.
Yeah, be yourself, but be able to mold and bend with the situation.
I got you. Yeah.
Have a lot of different kind of hats to throw on, but still be yourself.
Right.
Core.
Sure.
That's
absolutely
kind of what I'm.
Well, at this point in your
works out.
at this point in your career now, you've seen all the other roles people play on the road and stuff like that. If you couldn't do lights, is there something else you would do that you'd like to do now that you've seen it all?
Wardrobe.
Okay. You think you'd go and do something like that?
Yeah, I love wardrobe. I think I love it because you work directly with the clients, the talent.
Sure.
You have to have a certain, personality to do that. You know what I mean?
That's great. I got one more question for you before we go.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing any of this career-based stuff and you're just at home, what's your favorite thing to do at home?
You see it.
What, hanging lights in the background?
I like to buy gadgets.
Oh, okay. You're a techie. All right.
So obviously we just got done with Halloween.
Right,
so
sure.
I had a whole setup out there.
That was big at your house, I'm sure.
Preparing for Christmas before I go on tour.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah.
I have a puppy and obviously my kids, and I live like 1,100 feet from the river, so
Okay.
kayaking a lot.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, I just love it all.
Awesome.
And I really loved it. I had this opportunity. Thank you.
No, thank you for being on Roadie Shorts. I really appreciate it.
Yay.
Taylor mentioned you, and I reached right out. You know, I've been trying to reach different people, and some people get back, some people don't. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. But you know, I've been trying to get these done.
I did not want to do it, to be honest. Like, I was terrible.
Did you watch a few and it changed your mind, or no?
I actually did not watch any.
Okay.
I said not going to watch any because
Okay.
I think it would make me more freaked out. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's
sure.
more like amazing women out there that you're interviewing. So I was like, if I start watching them,
But maybe now you'll watch them. Maybe now you'll watch them.
Gust of wind.
Yeah. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for doing Roadie Shorts.
And I hope to meet you in person.
I hope so. Thanks for watching, everybody, here on Roadie Shorts. Appreciate you. Bye. See you, Ollie. Thanks.
Thank you. And I just got braces, so I'm learning how to talk.
You're learning how to talk again.
Braces, and I got them adjusted today. So yeah, I got home and my face was like I just put it, up to a subwoofer for like 8 hours. It's horrible.